Most of us are used to a certain degree of freedom, and part of that sense of freedom comes from ownership of our space. So what happens when we find ourselves in someone else's home, playing by someone else's rules, setting our schedule by someone else's clock? We are all territorial creatures and need to feel in control of our space and our things. So before you succumb to the overwhelming sensation of being trapped, establish where your space is and organize. Put everything in a logical and accessible spot. If possible, include your gracious host in the process, and you may get a lot further than you expected. Transistorize your world. The less space you need, the less confined you'll feel. Don't compare your new space to your old. Focus on your immediate needs. Okay, now you can take a breather because you've defined your physical space. You know where all your stuff is. And you also know where you're going to eat, sleep, and work. So, what could possibly go wrong now? Perhaps when you were growing up, you were always taught if someone is sleeping or working, you respect their right to a quiet environment and expect the same in return. As a result, before you put on music, you ask the people around you if they like the genre or group you are about to listen to. But now you find yourself surrounded by people who are living in a constant stream of noise. The TV is always on. Music is constantly playing throughout the house. And as you struggle to navigate your day, a cacophony of bad mixtures offends your ears. You can't think. You can't function. You've lost your mental space. How the hell can any sane person live like this? Remember, some people can't eat or work or even sleep without music or a TV on in the room. For them, the lack of noise is as much of a disturbance as the presence of noise is for you. So, if you can't politely ask them to turn it off, minimize your exposure. Keep earplugs handy. Retreat to your own space when you have to, or find one outside or far enough away where you can clear your head. Remove the accusation and anger from the equation, and you'll find it a whole lot easier to handle. Some people jump out of bed in the morning and are ready to conquer the world, while others might need a good hour before they're ready to deal with another human being. The same circadian rhythms apply to bedtime as well. Some people are exhausted by dinner time, while others seem to build steam all day and are just hitting their stride at midnight. If you find yourself out of sync with the household, find the overlap times to interact. Perhaps late morning or early afternoon would be the right time to have your meaningful conversations. So, even if your space, your peace, and your clock are all challenged, you can still take the time to find your center by seeing it from the other side. And be grateful that you're welcome in someone else's house, and understand that your autonomy is not the only one being sacrificed. If you have any questions about autonomy or about coaching in general, click the link below for a complimentary consultation and business assessment. Just let them know that Peter K. Weiner sent you on the form.